Have you ever truly considered the indulging aspect of our mind and how it really puts us in a place of fascination with the material world and all the things that encompass what we can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell? The indulging mind is a mind that's completely engulfed in materiality, in sensual pleasure. This can be related to intercourse. I got to be careful with the words that I use on YouTube because they're very sensitive to that. But when it comes to interaction with the opposite sex, this is a big one when it comes to the way the mind expresses itself, how it latches onto physical expression, intimacy, and things of that nature. I just want to firstly say I don't think intimacy or pleasure in a sense of gratification, self-gratification obviously is separate from what I'm speaking about, but it's to really understand that we experience life through mind itself. And what is mind? It's our thoughts, it's our emotions, our beliefs, our preconceptions, our fanaticism, our preconceptions of life. It's all of this sort of makeup of all the experiences that we've had in our life. And this relates to our external experience. It relates to our behaviors, our habits, our patterns, the things that we live out on a regular day-to-day basis. It's really a combination of how we think, how we feel, and how we act, as a simplistic way to kind of explain it. But ultimately, the indulging mind, the mind of desire is always seeking new experiences, new sensual pleasures of life, new ways to gratify its insatiable desire. The key word is being insatiable. It will never satisfy its desire. These are, in esotericism, many secret teachings of religion. It's stated that these are psychic aggregates in Buddhism, or kleshas, or skandhas, or psychic elements that we have within our interior, our inner psychology, our psyche. And this is a transformation that we must go through individually. And so it's important to be able to perceive that which you are not, but rather that which you are. And so many people in our world, if you go up to anybody, for example, randomly in the street, you ask them who they are, they'll likely give you their name. They'll go down a list of different things until they get to a point of possibly a sort of blankness, to where their mind has no other identification it can come up with. And this is where a profound realization can come from, because we only need a crack. We only need a sliver of the truth, a taste of the truth, to really understand and realize that mind isn't all that exists. We perceive life through mind because we haven't done our inner work in order to heal away the layers of our conditioning. And this is absolutely 100% necessary when it comes to the spiritual path, the path of self-realization. The path of self-realization is a path of mastery of self. And the self that masters is our Atman, our innermost, our inner divinity. And we are so separated from this inner divinity aspect of ourself that we identify with everything. We identify with physicality. We identify with attachment. We're attached to everything. This is evident when it comes to someone who hoards and accumulates a lot of stuff. And what you'll notice is that individual, they don't want to get rid of it because they see it as an aspect of themselves. If they lose it, they're losing an aspect of themselves. And this is due to our own degenerated form of psychology. But the good news is it's not set in stone. We absolutely can change. We can liberate ourselves. We can free ourselves from the bondage of this material world. And this is ultimately what all spiritual and religious traditions at their core, at their foundation, is trying to teach us. It's just up to us to free our minds from the limitations that it imposes upon ourselves. And that's where the work truly begins, by questioning anything and everything that we've ever learned. Anything that we've been taught, anything that we've consumed, whether that's to tell lies to your vision, the things you've learned growing up in your society, in your culture. And that's gonna look different for each and every one of us, because one who's born in the West and one who's born in the East are going to have different circumstances, different life circumstances that they go through. But the work is still the work. The inner development still has to be done. Self-observation is where this really begins. To observe your psychology, to firstly observe your behavior. Because I don't know if you've ever tried to actually observe yourself, but it's very fleeting. Because the observation of self is through the means of consciousness. It's through the workings of our consciousness, which is very weak, which is very asleep. But it's like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets, the more you're able to see and perceive within yourself. And then you can slowly begin to pierce the veil. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. If you did enjoy the video, show me by hitting that like button, as well as comment below letting me know what you thought about the video, what sort of value you gained from this video, because I'd really like to hear that. With all of that being said, we'll speak very soon.